Heyo, Stoic here. Hey, welcome to the Epoch. Yep, this is going to be the second part of my house here. Got a little starter hut right there just for my AFK fishing farm. But I wanted to build something a little bit better, but I needed a bunch of different supplies and I had to get them from all kinds of different places. So it took me a little bit of time to do it, but let's just roll right into a time lapse. All right, we got this thing done. Oh, sunrise, instant sunrise. Look at that. And it's looking great. Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love this build so far. Oh, this is looking fantastic. And a little bit of terracotta everywhere. I'm going to have that'll be kind of the back door over there to get to some crops. Those will be just kind of decoration crops, so I'll probably stop making them so linear here in a little while. Although it does look kind of nice, that ridge of green. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I thought it went well. I mean, I only died once during this. So yeah, I think it's looking pretty sweet. This is that's first edition. Here's the second edition. And yeah, we'll have another one out here on the side, and you can see I'm guilty. Guilty as charged. I don't have a backside to this, only because it's going to be open to the rest of this, and I still have to figure out what this is going to look like. But I know it's going to be a lot bigger, and it'll probably be similar to the other towers in some regard, but it will look fantastic in my opinion. So let me get rid of this horse. All right, well, we're going to walk on in, and you know what? I haven't done anything inside yet, but... And I've got all these shroom lights up above because I'm hoping some of the light penetrates and kind of spawn proofs up above without putting a whole bunch of shroom lights on the outside of the building. So I'm playing a little game there. I've got this chiseled out over here so that I can put a wall in of goodies, and this will kind of get put into probably a wood floor, and I'll redo these stairs a little bit so that I can get into my AFK fish farm area. I've got a little access over here to the little secret passageway. Please don't tell PJ. Please don't tell him. He's just gonna snoop up here. Jeez. Anyways, yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I'm loving it. And yeah, it took a lot of stuff. I had to go out and gather a lot of these resources. No one's really selling anything just yet. And so I'm thinking on this back side, yeah, it's going to be a big tower, more color, and yeah, I'm loving it. So the next thing I want to do is I want to do some decorating out here and inside, but that's not what we're going to do today. I think what we're going to do is I pretty much ran out of wool. You can see some wool around this farm, or not farm, this build, and I kind of ran out. So what I want to do is make a Simtech wool farm, and this is by NavyNexus, and it's just crazy. And I think he gives some credit out to some people. So I'll make sure that I call them out and link everything that he does, because it's not my farm, but it is pretty crazy good. And yeah, we're going to need more wool because I've got another build in the future to help us get some bone meal. And yep, we're going to use my fish farm out in the ocean that gets you just a ton of bone meal, Let's go take a look. Let's see why I want so much bone meal. And it's all down in here. Let's see if I can jump down through this side as well. But I've got some plans. I got some plans over here for some passive farms and some, let's see, I got a pickle farm over here that I want to put in. Just auto pumpkin, auto melon, auto cactus, kind of a big lineup here. It just takes so long to get cactus. But I don't want to keep collecting it. I want the game to collect it for me while I'm over here or other people are loading these chunks. Let's see, what else do I have here? Passive kelp, that'll probably be kind of tall. Don't really need a whole lot of kelp, but maybe it'll come in handy at some point. Little mini flower farm. I've got a tutorial for this one, and I'm going to use it because I want a whole bunch of flowers. I collected almost, I think, every flower, but I'm going to need a lot of bone meal for that. And I think we're going to need bone meal for the cocoa farm and the sugarcane farm. We're going to need it. And I think we can put bamboo in this boat as well. But the wool farm is going to be over here. I'm going to have 2 bays, and we're going to use the bridge. Yep, this is why I put in a second tier of bridge, because I'm going to run some redstone along 4 chunks, and that's what this farm needs, a nice straight area. But I like trying to hide all of these farms so that, you know, not everyone's staring at a bunch of redstone on the ground. But yeah, that's my plan. I saved a couple sheep. They're up there. They're ready to get transported into their future location. But yeah, I'm going to get moving on this. So I think I got everything. Let's get started. All right, build credit goes to 77 Tigers and Panda 4994. I'll put a link in the description for what I know about them, but it was made popular by NavyNexus. But we're going to go ahead and get moving on this. And yeah, we're going to put 2 in here just like this. And got to have a collection system. So I'm only going to be putting in 2 bays for this farm, and put it in. A little laggy. I didn't expect that to ever happen. Let's see here. Let's keep moving here. 2 bays for sheep. I don't want a whole lineup, and you'll see in the tutorial there are quite a few. Oops, that's not going to work either. Let's see here. Break that. Break this. Right here. Yeah, in the lineup, in the tutorial, there is just a ton of these things. You can have every single color sheep that you want. I don't have the space for that. I mean, I suppose I could have the space, but I really don't want to manage that many sheep. And so anyways, we're building this up, and you can see that we need a lot of grass here in order to keep the grass growing so that the sheep can get grass to eat. Because once we shear them, they're going to need to get their wool back in order. And we don't need it everywhere, but we will need it in a lot of spots. But let's go ahead. Let's grab our dispensers, put them in right here and here. We can come back over here. I'm going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4 and drop them in 1, 2, just like this. We're not going to need a whole lot to begin with, just especially for the testing. But let's see here. I think we're ready for sheep. Yeah, we're just moving right along on this farm. I'm avoiding a lot of the details here. I really don't want to get into them. I don't think I need to get into them because this is not my farm. And you can definitely check out NavyNexus's stuff. He's got all kinds of amazing things. He's a really great content creator, and yeah, he should get some credit. So go ahead and check him out. But let's see here. We're gonna bring down these cyan buddies down here. In fact, we're gonna need to build this up a little bit. Hopefully they don't get too far away. Yeah, bring that one back. We'll push him in. All right, we got one. Let's get this other one over here. Come on. Like I mentioned, we're only going to have 2 bays. We'll be able to get to these sheep pretty easily. We can change the color however we want. Once we get our dye farm pulled together, we'll be able to make any color we want in and produce all the wool that we need for everyone on this server. So let's see here. We're just going to need a little bit of redstone over here. So the new chunk is on this side, and this is one of our other chunks. But let's see, we got to grab redstone repeaters. We need a lever. Let's just go down the line here and do this. I think 1, 2, 3, 4 is recommended. And get a clock in here. Back around on itself. It's on negative, so we're going to produce a... Whoa. Look at that. That's looking awesome. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We'll just go ahead and put one in right here, right on the edge of our... But we need to be a total of 4 chunks away. And so we can probably get this one right here. I bet that's going to work just fine. We're going to put our lever on this chunk because we're going to stand in this chunk. So we're going to call this one chunk 0 in between the black here. So this will be 2, 3, 4. Well, this is 4. This is 4. I needed to count 0 for the first one. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab a redstone light. I think I got one in here. Yep. Let's put one in here just so we can make sure this thing is getting all the way down here. We'll put it right here. But we've got some shears down in here. They've already made their way down. We've got our sheep hanging out, doing their thing. We got our clock in place. Got a lever all the way down here too. So all we really have to do now is turn this thing on, and because we're at the simulation for distance 4, we're just outside of it, so we're in chunk 0. But you should be able to see that light up over there, so we'll go ahead and hit it. Lit up. You can see that comparator clock going. Not really, but it's going. And we've been here just a couple seconds, so let's make our way back down here. I'm ready to see a whole bunch of wool. And the whole reason why I made this bottom shelf down here. See, they've been sheared. Looks like some of our stuff's been caught, and that's kind of oh man. Do I have any more glass? Let's get some silk touching. You better not get out. There we go. Stay in there. Yep. So it looks like we got a little bit of our wool getting caught up, and I'll try to figure out how to best square that away. But you can see I already picked up a little bit, and it's only a couple things. But let's see what we got down here. We hit that lever for just a little bit of time, and we've got over a stack in both of these chests. And how much of our shears are left? There's still plenty of shears left. So this tells me I'm going to need some iron for the long haul in order to make sure I've got enough shears in here. But yeah, I'm going to be the Baron of Wool. Yep, the Baron of Wool. So that's my plan. I'm going to be making all kinds of colored blocks. So I'm going to get all the terracotta, all the glazed terracotta, all the concrete, all of the wool. And that will be what I'm trying to sell this season. So there's going to be an adventure. I'm going to need lots of bone meal, lots of iron. So there's lots of farms to make in order to make this a very successful farm or industry or baronhood. But all right, yeah, that's the episode. So thanks for joining me on the Epoch. This has been fun, and I'm so glad I was able to make my house. I get to decorate it now. And yeah. Thanks. Bye-bye.